Story time with Song of the Sea.
The time our sail fell off.
So when we first got on the boat, we had to take the boat to St. Martin to do a recall on our mast. And then we had to go to St. Thomas, pick up Natasha, our second daughter, and go back to St. Martin. And that passage is called Anegada passage. It's not a comfortable passage because the wind and waves are in your face.
It's so infamous, I've heard someone call it the "Oh my God" of passage.
Keep in mind that at that time, we're still pretty much inexperienced sailors. It was one of our first overnight passage, and on top of it, it was wind in our face, waves, and we did manage to motor sail most of the time, but at night we put down the sail and we were just motoring. And then it was 4 a.m. Grant finally went to bed because he was so nervous. How's everything? Alyona was tired and by my side on a helm station, but sleeping. And here I am. It's kind of wavy, but not too bad. Kind of quiet. The stars were out. It was pretty beautiful. And all of a sudden, boom, boom, boom. What in the world? And then I see this sail where it's not supposed to be. It was the sail on the side, so I knew something's wrong. I'm trying to catch the sail and not to let it fall all the way to the ground and then possibly to the water while yelling to wake up Alyona so she can go get help.
So I'm waking up to loud noises and screaming. I look over to Mama, who is trying to hold up the sail or something, and she's just screaming at me, "Go get Papa!" I don't know what's going on, so I look forward. The mast is still there, okay. And I'm going downstairs trying to piece together what's going on. "Papa, I'm not sure what's happening, but I think the sail fell off."
So that was a rude awakening again, because this is not the first time on a passage at night something happens, and it happens only when I go to my cabin to sleep. And I'm all freaking out already. I'm imagining the mast fell off, the sail fell off, we lost somebody in the ocean. Anyways, I go up and I see that the sail, Irina is holding the sail. Now the good news is our sail is attached to the mast, with the battens and stuff. But yet the backside can fall off all the way to the deck, and it can even go down to the water, which is not good. So we are now thinking, okay, what do we do? So first thing we did, we slowed down the boat so at least we're not smashing in the waves, because when you go into the waves, you get this periodic smash. Number two, we identified what happened was our sail is located in a sail bag, and the sail bag is attached using lazy jacks. So the starboard side of lazy jacks broke. So now the sail bag fell, and so it couldn't hold the sail anymore. So our sail ended up falling down. So in order to fix it, we need to raise the sail and then kind of try to fix in these waves the sail bag, or at least put it down on bimini and wrap it around with a line of some kind, because it's not ropes. It's line. So that's what we were going to do. And we attempted to do that, but we noticed that our halyard, which is the line that pulls the sail up, it got tangled with the spreaders. So we are trying to, shake it off. It's not coming out. And we're like, okay, we cannot do anything right now. We need to have somebody go up the mast. Now, keep in mind, our mast is 93 feet tall. Okay? And I'm thinking, I'm gonna go up the mast.
And I'm thinking, no way, because if he goes up the mast and something happened, girls and I will have to take the boat to St. Martin, and we're definitely not to prepare for that, and I'm not taking that risk. And then Alyona, she was all volunteering, I wanna go. But I'm like, nope, I'm not watching. My girl's going up. So I'm like, it has to be me. The most remarkable things actually happened at that time, because while we were preparing, it was still dark. The sunrise was about to happen, but the waves were pretty hard and the wind was hard. And I was petrified because the boat was moving quite a lot. So we were praying for the wind to settle down and the waves to settle down. And then with the sunrise, it's all of a sudden started to rain. And at first we were like, oh my gosh, now it's raining too. But then what's happened, the rain settled down the waves, and it actually came down for the time that I had to climb the mast.
To explain how it works, somebody is going to sit down in a seat. We attach that to a technical halyard, which is a line that goes all the way to the top of the mast, and then we winch the person up.
If I would have to climb myself, I don't think I would be able to do it, but the seat was pushing me up and I was definitely trying to hold to my life. I do have a pretty severe fear of heights, so it was something else.
It was pretty memorable to watch Mama climb up the mast, because yeah, it was a swing set. And she was koala bearing up, but like as she got higher and higher, the mast would swing more and her, her weight would shift, and it was scary to see her like, is she gonna fall off? And meanwhile, we didn't have the headsets at the time, so we were just yelling instructions to one another. So she'd be all like, go up! And I'd be like to Papa, go up! Okay!
It was definitely scary, especially one time the wave shifted the boat and I lost my footing actually, so I was holding only with my hands and my feet were on the side swinging, so it took a second while I still grabbed back the mast. It was scary. Terrifying. So I koala bear it all the way up. I wiggled the halyard and was able to release it, and then by the time I came down, kind of breathed a little bit, the wind picked up again and the waves picked up again. So for me, it was definitely a miracle when the waves and the wind just settled down for the time that I had to be up there.
So the final piece was we laid it down on our solar panels pretty much, and then wrapped it in with a line. That way it cannot fall off anymore. So our boom and our sail bag was all wrapped up, and then we motored all the way to the St. Martin. And then once we got there, we were able to fix the problem with the lazy jacks. We had to actually go buy another line and replace it, and then the problem was solved.
The sail was all good. And now we had the next big question. How do we make it safer to go up the mast? So we got a whole new harness, we got a seat, and we have headsets now, so we don't need to yell like crazy or use hard to see hand signals when going up and down the mast. So it's now a lot safer and more fun to go up the mast. I personally enjoy it. Mama's still afraid, which completely understandable. Your experience sounds traumatizing.
As for my side of the story, I was sleeping the entire time.